Forbidden Desire. Part 2. The Last Secret. 3 months had passed since the truth about their families was finally revealed. Maya thought the nightmare was over. She was wrong. The city had returned to normal. Her father's company was recovering. Adrian's family had begun rebuilding its business. And for the first time in years, the two families could sit at the same table without hatred between them. And Maya and Adrian? They were finally free to be together. Or so they believed. One cold evening, Maya received an envelope with no name on it. Inside was a single photograph. Her heart stopped. The photograph showed her mother standing beside the mysterious businessman who had been exposed months earlier. But her mother had died when Maya was only 10. On the back of the photograph were 6 words. Your mother knew the whole truth. Maya immediately called Adrian. Adrian, you need to come. What happened? I found something about my mother. There was silence. Where are you? At home. I'll be there in 10 minutes. Adrian arrived and found Maya sitting at the dining table, staring at the photograph. He picked it up. This is your mother? Yes. And that's him. Maya nodded. But that's impossible. Your mother died years before he became involved with our families. Exactly. Adrian looked at the photograph again. Then someone has been hiding something from us. Maya opened an old wooden box that had belonged to her mother. Inside were letters, a silver necklace, and a small brass key. Adrian picked up the key. Do you know what this opens? No. Maya turned it over. There was a tiny number engraved on it. 17. Adrian suddenly remembered something. The old railway station. Maya looked at him. There were 17 storage rooms. They exchanged a glance. They both knew what they had to do. At midnight, they returned to the railway station. The building looked even more abandoned than before. Maya held the brass key tightly. Room 17 was at the end of a dark corridor. Adrian pushed the door open. Dust covered everything. There was an old wooden cabinet against the wall. Maya inserted the key. Click. The cabinet opened. Inside was a small cassette recorder and a bundle of letters. Maya's hands trembled. She pressed the play button. Static filled the room. Then a woman's voice emerged. Maya froze. It was her mother's voice. If you're hearing this, Maya, then I'm no longer here. Maya covered her mouth. Adrian placed a hand gently on her shoulder. The recording continued. I need you to know that your father never betrayed Adrian's family. The person responsible was someone much closer to us. Maya looked at Adrian. The recording continued. I discovered the truth, but I was threatened. They told me that if I exposed them, Maya would be taken from me. The recording suddenly stopped. Maya stared at the recorder. That's it? Adrian examined it. There's another tape. He found a second cassette hidden underneath the letters. Before he could play it, they heard footsteps outside. Someone was coming. Adrian turned off the lights. They stood silently in the darkness. The footsteps stopped outside room 17. Then the door slowly opened. A shadow entered. Maya held her breath. The figure stepped into the moonlight. It was her brother. What are you doing here? Maya whispered. Her brother looked at the letters. I was hoping you'd never find those. Maya's expression hardened. You knew. He lowered his eyes. I knew some of it. Some? I knew our mother discovered the truth. I knew she was threatened. Why didn't you tell me? Because Dad begged me not to. Adrian stepped forward. Who threatened her? Her brother looked toward the hallway. The same person who started everything. But he's in prison, Adrian said. Her brother shook his head. Not the real one. Maya felt a chill. What do you mean? Her brother handed Adrian an old newspaper clipping. The headline read, Businessman arrested after family conspiracy. But beneath the photograph was a name. Adrian stared at it. That's not the mastermind. No, Maya's brother said. He was only the man taking orders. Then who was giving them? Her brother looked directly at Maya. Your mother's closest friend. Maya's face went pale. The following morning, Maya visited the woman who had been part of her childhood. She was known as Elena. For years, Elena had visited their family home, attended Maya's birthday parties, and comforted her after her mother's death. Maya had trusted her completely. Now she sat across from Elena in a quiet cafe. Did you know my mother was investigating my father's business? Elena's hand stopped around her coffee cup. Where did you hear that? My mother left me a recording. Elena slowly looked up. For the first time, Maya saw fear in her eyes. Your mother should have destroyed that recording. Maya's heart sank. So it's true. Elena didn't answer. Instead, she whispered, "Leave this alone." Why? Because your mother didn't die naturally. Silence. Maya felt as if the entire world had stopped. What did you say? Elena's eyes filled with tears. Your mother was going to expose everything. They made sure she never got the chance. Maya stood abruptly. Who? Elena looked toward the cafe window. Someone was watching them from a black car. Elena's face changed. They found you. The car suddenly drove away. Maya ran outside, but it was already gone. That evening, Adrian discovered something worse. The old ledger wasn't complete. Several pages had been removed, and one of those missing pages contained a bank account number, an account that had received millions of dollars shortly before Maya's mother died. The account belonged to Maya's father. Adrian stared at the document. No! He immediately went to Maya. We need to talk. When Maya saw the document, she felt betrayed. My father? I don't know what it means. But the account is his. Exactly. Maya shook her head. My father wouldn't do this. Adrian took her hand. We're not going to assume anything. They decided to search the old family house one final time. Deep inside the basement, behind a wall panel, they discovered a locked metal box. Inside was the missing ledger page. But there was something else. A handwritten letter from Maya's mother. Maya opened it. Maya, if you ever discover this, don't trust the person who tells you your father was guilty. She turned the page. The final sentence made her blood run cold. The money was transferred into his account without his knowledge. I discovered who did it. Her name is Elena. Maya looked at Adrian. Neither spoke. Then they heard a sound behind them. The basement door slowly closed, and a woman's voice whispered from the darkness. You were never supposed to find that letter. Maya turned. Elena stood at the top of the stairs, but she wasn't alone. Behind her stood a man Maya had believed was dead, her father, alive, and staring directly at her.